A new poll found that a majority of Americans support a radical change to the U.S. healthcare system. Could that mean the healthcare that most of the world takes for granted? Is that radical or is that just practical? I would say practical. I think single payer is practical. What do you guys think? Most of the other countries in the world, or at least most industrialized countries, but actually, wait, all industrialized countries. Did I say most? I meant freaking all. All of them, except for us. All of them, except us. All of them, except us. Take universal health care for granted. So is that really radical? Or is that just practical? What do you think? What should we tell Business Insider? Radical or practical? Radical or practical? Radical or practical? What do you guys think? Huh? Oh, you guys are still practical. Sexy feminine goddess says, I have free healthcare, Ron. It isn't great, but it is better than not having it. No kidding. Medicare for all is a Russian collusion. Panderson says it's practical. At this point, practical is radical. Good point, Sean. Good point. Lady says practical. Jesse says radical in the 90s way. I like to think of myself as radical in the 90s way. I think I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm not positive. But either way, I like it. Radically practical. That's going to be the name of my album, Jeremy. Radically Practical, Rob Placone. Which, by the way, for all the patrons out there, I will have a posting for you guys as soon as this show is over. We did a remix of the Revolution song, and I want to share it with you guys and get your thoughts on it. So that's going to be the post for Monday here, or excuse me, Wednesday. Wow, can you tell I've been traveling? Even those with single payer have insurance systems that aren't for profit. Winkle points out. New healthcare plan. Walk it off and stop being a snowflake. Keith Ellison. No, he would say buck up. He'd say buck up. All right. So here's this. We just redid the headline. A new poll found that the majority of Americans support a practical change to the U.S. healthcare system. 59% of Americans support a national Medicare for all plan. The plan is similar to a proposal made by Senator Bernie Sanders. Support for the idea is split along party lines, with only 36% of Republicans in favor. The healthcare system supported by Bernie Sanders and many liberal-leaning Democrats has begun gaining steam with more Americans. 59%. 59%. 75% of Democrats support the idea, along with 58% of independents. Only 36% of Republicans are in favor of the idea. Well, the majority of Republicans don't think the EPA is necessary. The majority of Republicans don't think any protections for workers are necessary. The majority of Republicans don't care about any human beings except for the ones that are unborn. So the fact that 36% of them, that's almost 4 out of 10. Nearly 4 out of 10 Republicans even want a single-payer system. And yet the Democrats don't have it in their platform. The fringe right favors this. Almost 40%. Almost 40% of the fringe right favors this. And yet the Democrats still don't have it in their platform. 58% of all Americans. 58%. So yeah, Medicare for all is gaining steam. Are we going to see any type of legislation? Not anytime soon. We're going to see lip service given to it. And when push comes to shove, we'll see if when real policy can get through, if people like Cory Booker will support it, if people like Kamala Harris will support it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, and I know you guys doubt it too, because we've done enough questions already. I know that most of the people watching this show doubt it too. But we're not being unreasonable, and we're not being purist. We're being practical, especially if you live in California like me. If you live in California like me, you've seen what happens when you have politicians that say they're for single payer, but still take money from big pharma. You see what they do. You see what they do. They stop it. Single payer was stopped in the state by Anthony Rendon, a Democrat who claimed he was for single payer, and he stopped it in its tracks. That's why you got to be, I mean, anyone that takes corporate money should just be, you can't take corporate money and support single, you just can't. You can't. And that might be one of the reasons why Kevin De Leon has not accepted an invitation to appear on this show. That might be why. Kevin De Leon, been invited on the show. He takes corporate money, claims he's for a single payer. He's been invited on the show, has not taken up our invitation. Apparently, what I've been told is that some people are kind of scared to come on this show. I don't know why. I'm a dude with a webcam and streaming access. I don't know what you're afraid of. Dianne Feinstein, I don't know if we've reached out to Dianne, to tell you the truth, because sometimes, you know, you just got to accept the fact. But we'll see. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.